good afternoon. It is 4 p.m. here in South Korea. I am Arirang News, AI anchor, Ari. The leaders of the ruling People Power Party and the main opposition Democratic Party held their first official talks on Sunday, where they agreed on the need to prioritize people's livelihood. The PPP's leader Han Dong-hoon and his counterpart from the DP, Lee Tae-myung, have decided to set up a joint consultative body to address issues related to people's livelihoods, where both parties have a consensus. However, the two sides failed to find common ground on controversial issues such as providing relief vouchers to the entire population and starting a special prosecution probe into the death of a Marine during last year's flood rescue operations. South Korea will take a preemptive and offensive response to fast-evolving cyber threats, from hacking and cryptocurrency theft to deepfakes and disinformation spread by malicious actors, namely North Korea. National Security Advisor Shin Won-sik unveiled on Sunday the National Cybersecurity Basic Plan, where 14 government ministries and agencies will tackle virtual threats to South Korea's national security, financial institutions, public infrastructure, and social stability. Tens of thousands of Israelis took to the streets on Sunday, demanding that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu do more to secure the release of hostages held by Hamas, following the recovery of the bodies of 6 people during an IDF operation in Gaza. According to the Times of Israel, 6 people were found dead in a tunnel in southern Gaza over the weekend, and were later identified as hostages being held by Hamas. However, Netanyahu slammed the Palestinian militant group for refusing to negotiate and vowed revenge for the deaths of the hostages. The Israeli leader also said the government will continue to pursue negotiations in hopes of getting the remaining hostages home. More than 3 months into its term, the 22nd National Assembly of South Korea is officially celebrating its opening. The opening ceremony took place today at 2 p.m. Originally scheduled for early July, the occasion was postponed due to the rival parties' differences in stance on some pending issues, making this the longest wait for an opening ceremony since the constitutional amendment in 1987 that consolidated democracy in the country. An official at the presidential office has hinted that unlike the customary practice, President Yoon Suk-yeol will not be attending the event, saying it would only be, quote, right to send an invitation after a return to normal of the National Assembly that the official accuses of, quote, overusing calls for special prosecution and impeachment. On Sunday, South Korean golfer Ryu Hae-ran won the LPGA FM Championship at TPC Boston in Norton, Massachusetts, her second career playoff victory. Ryu overcame a 4-stroke deficit at the start of the final round, shooting a 64. With 9 birdies against 1 bogey to set up the playoff, before beating fellow South Korean Ho Jin-young with a par on the first hole of the playoff, taking home the $570,000 prize money. Ryu became only the second South Korean player to win on the LPGA Tour this year, joining Amy Yang, who won the KPMG Women's PGA Championship in June. Ryu was the LPGA Rookie of the Year in 2023. That is all for today. Thanks for watching.